weather forecast today?
Today's forecast, a lot of sunshine, blue skies, marine clouds. Just a perfect day to go outside and relax. That's your forecast. We'll be right back.
Yeah, sunny days, sunny days, sunny days. No clouds in the sky, but again, away feels like it's been...
Welcome back to another episode of The Social Beaches. I'm Kelly Bowling.
I'm Carolyn Smith.
And we are with the Coastal Estate Team at Compass. We sell real estate in Brevard and Indian River counties. So if you're looking to buy or sell, or you just have general real estate questions, you can give us a call at 321-422-2160, or you can email us at hello@coastalestateteam, or you can DM us on whatever platform you're watching, or just drop a comment and we'll be happy to get back to you.
Nice comments only.
Yes. So today we're going to talk about ways that you or we inconvenience ourselves just to save $1.
What will you do for $1?
Yes.
What will you do for $1?
Different things that we do.
Yeah.
So you had a great example because you are planning a trip this summer.
Yes. Yeah. So will you fly out of an airport that you don't want to fly out of in order to save money? And for me, in this case, the answer was yes. But there was a cutoff point for me. There was a point where I was going to say, no, I will fly out of the airport. So in this case, it's Melbourne Airport.
Right.
We love Melbourne Airport. Anyone who knows us knows that we like our little airport. It's so easy. It's close. It's easy to park or get dropped off. There's like one conveyor belt or something
It has gotten a little bit bigger there.
It's gotten a little. They added a terminal.
They have an upstairs now.
They have an upstairs?
Yeah, I had to ride an escalator last time.
Oh.
Yeah, it's fancy now.
Oh, okay. Well, see, we're getting fancy. But we love to fly out of there, but they don't have a lot of direct flights. So you usually have to change. If you're flying Delta, you change in Atlanta. If you're flying American, you change in Charlotte. But otherwise, we're going to Orlando.
Yeah.
And Orlando Airport sort of stinks. Sorry, Orlando, but your airport
it's
stinks.
just the security situation and the parking situation. Sometimes, like, I like to park at the airport. I don't want to park far away.
Yes.
I want it to be convenient when I get off the plane.
Yes.
And sometimes it's full, and you don't know. I mean, you can, I guess, check online.
I don't. But then you have to take you have to wait for the tram to take you to the building. And then, I mean, just to get a water at Orlando Airport, you have to stand in a long line. Mm-hmm. It's just, it's so crazy. And for us, it's like an hour and 15, hour and 30 drive.
Yeah.
So you're driving all that way just to get to the airport.
So it's a lot of time.
It's a lot of time. So I wanted to fly out of Melbourne Airport, but the difference in fare was almost $500.
That's a lot.
Per person.
Like, what is your time worth, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I have booked Orlando, but I keep checking to see if I can switch it to Melbourne.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's more expensive to fly direct, and then you save money doing connections.
Yeah.
And so people will choose to do the connections. That wasn't the case here, but people will choose to do the connections because it's less expensive.
Right.
So
it's almost like Delta knows that we like Melbourne over Orlando, and they're like, well, they'll pay more to fly out of this little small airport.
On a small airplane.
Yeah,
it's
where
like
it's not true.
I don't know what kind of airplane it is.
It's not true business class on those types of aircraft. I remember Everly. She was like, we're never flying that airline again. I'm like, why? She was like, those seats were tiny. And I'm like, wait a minute. It was business class. So it's 2 instead of 3 in the row. So you have a little bit more room. And I'm like, what did you think? She goes, they didn't lay down or anything. And I'm like, not on those planes. They don't have that option.
And they're super noisy. The planes they fly out of Melbourne to Atlanta, I don't know, they're an older plane and they're like so loud.
Yeah.
And you're like, but it's worth it. It's still worth it. And we don't mind Atlanta Airport, so get off.
It's a nice little
get our Starbucks, get a snack, and get back on. But so I will usually spend some money to fly out of Melbourne, but in this case, there's a cutoff point.
Yes,
there was a cutoff
so it's
point.
a little bit inconvenient to drive to Orlando and deal with the madness, but sometimes it's worth it.
Yeah, paid for the rental car.
Yeah, so, there you go. Mm-hmm. Here's another example. DoorDash versus going to get it yourself.
That's a good one.
Or those types of services like Instacart, whatever, Postmates, Grubhub, all of those things. So there was a time when my son was working at a flip-flop store in downtown Melbourne, and our office is, what do you think, it's 5 minutes?
At most.
5-minute drive over the bridge, but it's over the bridge. You got to go over the bridge. And he would call me because he can't leave. He's by himself. There's nobody else in the store, so he cannot leave. He'd be like, I drank all my water. And he would go prepared with water. Yes. Can you bring me a bottle of water? And I'd be like, oh, couple times I did, and I'm like, it's a hassle. I got to get in my car. I got to drive over the bridge. I got to find a place
so
to
easy
park.
to park.
It's the parking.
I will
it's
say,
honestly
it's not
the
easy to
parking.
park, yeah.
So I would literally call him and be like, I'm about to drive by, run out, and I'll throw it to you. Just chuck it out the window. But then other times I'm like, okay, I'm just going to DoorDash because I either don't have the time, I'm busy, I can't stop what I'm doing to
what's
drive
your time
over.
worth, right? What's your time worth?
So, I have paid $20 for a bottle of water to be delivered to this child before, which is ridiculous.
The thing is, people use it at home, and I have never. The only thing I've ever had delivered to my house is other than Instacart.
Right.
But the only thing I've had delivered food-wise is pizza.
Oh, from the pizza place.
Yeah, from the pizza place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is nice that you have that.
But
we have
people
that,
do it all the time. I think I
yeah.
understand in a big city maybe where it's harder to get. I don't know.
I can't kind of grasp it because when I look on DoorDash, because of where we live, there's like no good options.
Well, and do they charge you more for the food? Like if you ordered, I don't know, if you order a burger from somewhere, are you paying the burger price? And then
they're
upcharge?
They have to be upcharging in order to. It's kind of like Instacart; they have to upcharge you on the grocery items themselves. So I imagine there is an upcharge. And then we did do it one time because the kids really wanted Chick-fil-A, and I was like, I'm not driving to Melbourne or Palm Bay.
Yeah, we're far from Chick-fil-A.
So by the time it got to our house, like the poor fries, they were so soggy and cold, and it couldn't have been good.
Yeah.
But they didn't care. They were like, Chick-fil-A, Okay.
Chick-fil-A, open a place by the beach.
So yeah, I mean, that's conveniencing yourself and spending more money. So the inconvenience would be driving to go get it, which is what typically I do now.
Yeah.
I don't use Instacart anymore, but I do use Kroger, but that's free delivery. So that's saving money there.
We love you, Publix. We wish you would do the delivery thing.
Yeah, that's not Instacart.
Yeah.
That also does not upcharge.
Instacart, so I see with Instacart, we both did Instacart for a little while until we realized, wait a minute, they're marking up the groceries like 20% and then charging you a fee, and then you have to tip the driver, and then we're like, we were dumb. And I think it was COVID, right? It was,
for sure, COVID.
It was COVID, and people were afraid to go to the store. Well, we were afraid to go in the store.
Yeah.
Sorry, but we were.
Yeah.
But I think like Instacart, what's interesting to me is it's good. So the times that I've still used it, if you're really sick, if you're really sick and there's no way, you can't be driving a car, you shouldn't be out in public, you're super sick, and they'll come and bring you, chicken noodle soup and whatever you need.
You could even get your prescription delivered.
Oh, you can? Oh, see.
At Publix.
See, that would be good. So that Instacart then makes sense for that. Or we have stayed in like, I don't know if it's like an Airbnb, I guess, like so you're like coming on vacation, the last thing you want to do is then go to the grocery store and you can order everything and they come right after you're there.
We did that when we were in the Keys because I'm like, first of all, I got to figure out where is the store?
Yeah, where's the store?
Where's the store?
Where's
everything in the store? And so just a time factor to have it be brought to the house so we didn't have to go get it. That was a no-brainer.
If you spend all this money on your vacation, it does make sense, I think, to pay that extra. Rather than go to the store and get frustrated, and you want to
enjoy your vacation.
Yeah, you want to be on your vacation.
Yeah, you're hanging out there, you're getting everything put away, you're waiting on stuff. Yeah, for sure.
So that makes sense. Yep.
You talked about this. You said Jagger, he has some special app for the gas stations. Like we just go to the gas station that's nearby. Yes. Right? Like, I need gas. Let me go to
the cleanest, nicest nearby gas station.
Exactly. Yes, that has to happen. Yeah, for sure. I'll avoid like maybe a sketchy gas station if I have to. But my husband has the same app, and I think
I don't know what it's called.
His is the Get Upside app, and it gives you like cash back based on, and he'll go to the sketchiest of the sketch gas stations. And I'm like, I was riding with him one time, and he pulls into it, and I'm like, why are we here? He goes, oh, I get 3 cents cash. I don't know what the cents back was, but we get this much cash back on the gas. And I'm like,
and they're
why
not
do we
even
care?
Close. Like Jagger will drive extra. Jagger's my son, so Jagger will drive extra far. I'm like, maybe you're spending that in gas to get to the cheaper gas. Yes. I'm like, if it makes sense if it was on your way and like, they're next door to each other.
The only time I say that I do this, and it's not even on purpose avoiding other gas stations, like I'm already going to Costco. Yeah. So I'm going to inconvenience myself by sitting in that long line.
I will do the Costco.
Yeah, but it's only because I'm there. I'm not going out of my way to go there.
And we like Costco. So.
Yeah.
That's true. It's a nice gas. It's just the line. The line stinks, and how you have to pull in like between the two cars, and then people don't.
Oh
anyway.
Yeah, it can be a lot. I've heard in other states, the Costco gas line can be literally insane, like hours long in some areas. I can't even imagine that. Like I'll complain if I'm waiting for 15 minutes. I don't want to
Yeah,
do it.
it doesn't make sense. I mean, because at some point, like, what's your time worth?
Yeah.
What's your time worth? Let alone the fact you're using gas. I mean, I guess you don't use that much when you're sitting there, but what's your time worth to
Yeah.
sit in line?
Yeah,
I don't know.
for
That's what I
sure.
always think about. Okay. Next.
Starbucks versus just making your own.
Yeah.
I do both. In the mornings early, I make my coffee at home.
Kelly gets her full dose of caffeine.
My doctor said stop. Clearly, I'm listening very well.
I don't have any today. I don't have any today.
No, so I do make it coffee at home, hot coffee, black. That's easy. You can't mess that up
Yeah.
because it comes out of a Keurig. So
Yes. K-cup.
it's not hard.
You don't have to measure the grounds or anything.
I don't know how to make that. I don't want to learn because they do such a good job.
Yeah.
I'm not reinventing the wheel. So I will inconvenience myself and get up from wherever I am, even on the weekend. So the Starbucks that we visit
Yes.
is like, I could walk to it from our office, but
Yes.
I don't. I drive.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit more of a drive, probably 15 minutes from my house. But
Yeah.
on the weekends when I'm home and I don't have anywhere to be, I will be like, coffee time. And I will get in the car and take a little trip, get my Starbucks, and then turn around and drive straight home. Like it's not on my way anywhere. I'm going out of my way, and it's not to save money.
People don't like Starbucks all the time, but I mean, like their lattes and they're good.
They
They're
are.
good.
They're
I know. I'm sure
good.
there's like some independent coffee shops that have great lattes and things like that, and we do go to independents when they're around. But it's
Well, I have like a
consistently
favorite.
good.
This
Yeah.
is my favorite, and
Yeah.
they make it so well. And I'm sure that whatever's in it is definitely addictive. Because
Caffeine.
that and the sugar.
Yeah.
It's the sugar.
Is there sugar in that? A lot of sugar?
I don't know how
We'll have to
much.
look it up. We're gonna have to look it up.
There is definitely sugar in that.
We're gonna look it up.
There's some classic or something going on in there. I don't know how many grams that is. It's a lot.
Another one is the eating out versus the making meals at home. You see all the videos of like meal prep for the week.
Right.
And they're making all their food on Sunday and they're putting it in the cute little containers. And you do that for like a week and then you're never doing that again.
I have done that before
Have you
for about
done
a
that?
week. For about a
Did you
week, and
do
then
it?
I tried. It's just
Yeah.
I'm very much a what do I feel like eating today?
Yes.
And then I'll make that today. Like
Do we want to eat the same thing 5 days in a row?
no,
No.
I don't.
No.
There are people that are very disciplined that can do that, and I've
Yes.
heard people that need to consume
healthy.
like a lot of protein. I was just
Yeah.
listening to Armchair Expert. They were talking
Yeah.
about like how much protein he has to consume
Yeah.
to keep his muscles big or whatever. And he's like, I have
Not
it
my
down to
problem.
a science. He's like, so I literally eat the same thing every day. And he was interviewing Chris Pine, and Chris Pine's like, I don't think I can do that.
Yeah.
You know, like
But speaking of Chris Pine, what happened to him?
what
I know this is
was
off
he just
topic.
in that? Was
Did
it
you
the
see
movie
him?
Fallout?
He just was directing a movie, and I saw him like on the I don't know if it's the red carpet or whatever with the star, and I'm like, who is the guy? Remember when Tom Hanks was in the movie with the soccer ball and he was cast away? He's stuck on the island, and then he just looks
the
like
crazy hair.
crazy
Yeah,
hair,
yeah.
crazy beard. That's what Chris Pine looks
I think
like
yeah,
now.
I saw the picture for Armchair Expert. I was like, oh, he looks different than I remembered. It
was
must be for a role.
I think
gotta
it's
be
for a
for a
role
role.
of I don't give a shit.
Well, we're gonna get some hate. All his fans are coming for us.
We love Chris Pine, but
Yeah,
shave your beard, cut your hair.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, the eating out. I don't eat out a lot, says the girl who goes to Starbucks every day. I drink out. But I do cook at home a lot, but I don't meal prep for the whole week. So,
Oh.
but
But you're
sometimes-
eating at home, so it's like a lot of people go
save
out to
money.
dinner like 3-4 times a week.
Yeah, we can't afford to do that. Like,
No, I
if-
can't
just for
afford to do
Tommy
that.
and I, like, because we like to eat good food, so it's like 100 or more for us to go
Yes.
out to dinner.
Easy,
Yeah.
easy.
And that's without alcohol. So, I can't imagine 2 times a week. We already spend way too much on groceries.
There's, I feel like, and we don't have like an abundance of like, great choices for eating at. Like, I don't know. I
we
feel
would be
like-
at the same places all the time.
I feel like we don't have an abundance. Like if I lived when I go to Tampa, I'm like, oh my gosh, all the choices.
Oh, gosh,
all the
yeah.
amazing places, and some are fancy and some are not fancy, and
Mm-hmm.
some are super healthy. And like, can we get a kava or sweet green? Do you know kava, sweet green?
No, I don't know any of these places because I
They're
don't go
bowls.
out over there.
They're like healthy bowls, and you go. So like kava, they have
Right.
ones that are already. So it's like a salad bar, but you don't make it yourself.
Yeah.
They like you tell them what you want,
Oh.
or they have like you can select from the menu, or you can go down the line and say I want this, I want this, I want this.
Yeah.
And
that's
the base
cool.
can be rice, or it can be lentils, or it can be greens.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
And
would
they
be
put it all
nice.
together. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, that would
Sweet
be
green's
nice.
similar. we don't have one of those. Can they
No.
please come here? Come to Melbourne.
If they do,
We'll
they'll
eat
be
there.
in Vieira where all the other new stuff is
Yes.
going. They get all the good stuff.
They do. We live like 30 minutes from Vieira.
Yeah.
But I would drive there for that.
For sure. I would inconvenience myself not to save
There you
money,
go.
but to experience it.
Yes. And have healthy food already made for me, and I don't have to prep all that
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. So we don't meal prep, but we should, or we could, but we don't.
I think a lot of it's laziness, honestly.
Yes.
All right, the last one
Yeah.
is we've seen a lot of this on TikTok. There's so much like travel, self-care going on, cosmetic surgery, hair extensions, dental work, like you name
Yes.
it. People travel. I see
Yes.
Turkey a lot.
Turkey has become like, I feel like it used to be Mexico, and there was
Mm-hmm.
another one. Is it Argentina? I don't know. There was another one,
like
and we used to
Brazil.
see that all the
Yeah.
time. Brazil, maybe.
Yeah.
And now it's like Turkey.
Yes, everybody's going to Turkey. Have you seen the one for the hair transplants for the men?
No.
And there's somebody took a video, and it's all these men standing around with their newly implanted hair at the airport, like on their way back.
Can you tell that it's implanted?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
like
you can.
it's like recovering at first, so you can see all the plugs that have been
Does
just
it
planted.
grow then, or what does it do?
I don't know. It sounds painful, honestly, and it looks like it could be very painful. I can't fathom, honestly.
No.
But you know, if that's,
Bald is good.
I like the bald. My
I like
husband's
the bald.
bald.
Kyle's bald. Bald is.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm happy with bald.
Bald is beautiful.
Don't put plugs in your head.
But, you know, the girl's getting the extensions. Or
Yes.
there was one girl that I saw that she had gone over and she did all the things. Like she did her Botox,
Oh my
her
gosh.
fillers, her extensions, some dental teeth whitening
Oh
stuff.
my gosh.
Because it's so much cheaper. And
Yeah.
even with the flights and staying in an Airbnb, well,
Yeah.
the hospitality, like where you're staying over there,
They
the
have
lodging is
something?
cheaper
Yeah.
than it is here, like if you're
It
traveling
looks
somewhere.
like really beautiful. I don't know
It does
anything
look
about
beautiful.
Turkey, but in the videos, I'm like,
Well, Tommy had an experience
Yeah.
when, you know, he used to travel all the time
Yeah.
for work. And 2 times in Turkey, Istanbul, in the airport there,
Yeah.
detained. One time detained, I don't remember what it was over, something about his documents or something, that he has a visa issue. Because you have to have a visa, a special visa. And he just needed like to get from one
scares you.
terminal to the other.
Yeah.
So he ended up detained for a little bit, but he still made his flight, no big deal. The second time, they confiscated a skateboard that he actually bought at that airport, but they were like, no, you can't have it.
but he bought it at the airport?
He bought it at the airport on the previous trip, and I was like, well, at that point, they're just screwing with you, dude. Like,
Yeah.
they're like, we're going to take it because we can, and what are
Yeah.
you going to do about it?
Yeah.
So
Nothing.
he didn't technically get detained that time, so just the once, but enough for me to be like,
Maybe Turkey's not on my list. But I
don't
feel
really wanna
like
go
for
there.
people who need like certain, especially dental, because dental is so expensive.
is,
Even if
yeah.
you have insurance, most people don't have dental insurance, or it doesn't cover much.
Right.
So like people who need extensive dental work, I saw them go there, and I'm
Yeah.
like, they were comparing. It would have been this much, which let's say it was like 32,000 in the U.S. and they
Right.
paid like 6,000 or something.
Yeah.
So even with flights and hotel, and then they like extend. I hear a phone. Even though they'll extend and do like a vacation, they'll go. Is Greece near there? I think Greece is near Turkey.
probably.
I'm sorry.
Our geography is really bad
Don't ask me
today.
where the states are. I'll show you Florida. That's Florida and California.
Can't wait for all of the, like, what a bunch of idiots over there.
But anyway, they'll go to another, like they'll extend and do like a vacation, but they get their teeth done and it's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it looks good. I get, they're doing research. A lot of these providers that they're seeing over there, they're on social media. So they've got plenty of reviews, lots of people like giving referrals for business that are coming from here. And, you see them all the time pop up in your feed. Like, oh, I went to wherever it is that's not here in the U.S. to go have my mommy makeover done.
And it's
I'm
a
like,
beautiful, like the
Yeah.
spa or whatever, like, I
they're
don't know,
like
wherever
being
they're going.
put up in a hotel with like
And
a
they're-
24/7 caregiver after the fact. And
Yes.
somebody's bringing them beautiful meals. And
And the actual
Yeah.
place where they're doing it's luxurious. Like the actual facility where they're having the work done, they're beautiful
Yeah.
and super luxurious. And
yeah, it does look nice. It's not like scary, like you're going into some like third world like facility, with no
No.
electricity
Yeah.
or, dingy looking,
Yeah, they're super
linens or
nice.
whatever. Yeah, they do look
I don't
really
know
nice.
if I needed all that dental work, I would probably consider it just because it's dental work. I mean, I had to get, what was it? My tooth cracked. So I had to get a tooth way back here. No one can see it. But anyway, and that was by the time they take the tooth out, they do the new tooth, whatever, the implant tooth, one tooth, I think it was like $7,000.
Oh my God. And how many teeth do we have? A lot.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you had to do that? Like, like my grandparents had a full set of dentures. It probably because that was cheaper than getting all the teeth fixed.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Can't even
I don't know.
imagine.
But anyway, so if you had, even if you had 5, that's $35,000.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Most people aren't spending that on their teeth.
No.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So that's, do you inconvenience yourself to save money? I think we do, for sure.
Yes.
We would.
Yes.
In certain cases.
And sometimes we spend the money.
Yeah, it just depends. It
Sometimes
really depends.
we want the convenience.
Yeah.
And if we could just put in our word for Melbourne Airport,
Yeah.
please get like Delta,
We need
American.
some direct flights, please, to lots of other places.
And if they're not direct, at least make them cost competitive with,
Yeah.
Orlando.
That would be great.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's all. We'll see y'all next time.
Cheers.
Wonderful.